Sad, yeah. But sad is such a... I feel sad. You know, that... How do you feel about dying? I feel sad. Okay. You feel sad. I'm not afraid of death itself. It's the road getting there that scares the hell out of me sometimes. But other days I don't even think about it. I mean, I put on the oxygen and do my treatment, and you know, I'll sit here and play some music or make a little stop action flick or play in my little playland. I might be able to get another summer or another fall or another year, maybe. I feel like I'm just not ready, you know? And I got that wicked buffalo cat over there. Makes me feel like Clint Eastwood. I mean, come on. This is worth at least another 6 months. You know? I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
Here we are in Morrisonville, New York. So what's this adventure going to lead us to? Here's Ethan. Oops. Ah! What? No. Ow! This is a mirror right here, okay? And here's the other bedroom.
You might want to have his rifle down more like this. Actually, that's looking really good.
We've been being told that he's going to die since the age of 3 months.
And as you can see, he's got his tubes in there. Okay, look at us.
Well, he's going to die when he's 4 months old. Well, he's going to die when he's 7. Now he's going to die when he's 12.
We're going down to Albany to have him taken out today.
And then tomorrow I'll be back in school.
Yeah. And then we'll come in for a Zoom. Ta-da!
We've had this thing over our heads for 28 years, and he's a strong kid. This is to push all the mucus down to the major bronchi so that it moves and he can cough it out. It's so thick it sticks to the wall. We're done for now. We'll do another one tonight.
I didn't know you had this many pictures
I have
of
a ton
me.
of pictures of you.
I didn't think any of my life was, honest to God. I don't know when you took, seriously. I thought,
Well, that just makes me sad.
oh, you didn't tell me that.
What?
I was Superman when I was little.
Yes, you
I would
There's
be
Ethan
Superman
going, "Thank
today.
you." Well, you are Superman today.
Oh, yeah, well,
There he
you
is.
can't drive.
Thank you. High school graduation.
Oh, yeah. Looked like a rock star back then, too.
Which one is that?
Davis back from
Oh,
India.
those are your tablets. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not using oxygen.
Yeah.
God, it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not gonna have another car. I'm not gonna move to a different city. I'm not gonna have a house. I'm not gonna have another girlfriend. I'm watching life whiz past me, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I constantly have to find a short-term goal, like making these little movies, or like playing music, or finding a show to go to. I have to keep finding something worth getting up for, worth crossing the day off the calendar for.
The bus is coming.
Okay.
And there they are. There's Brian and Ethan and Devlin and Casey. Casey first, guys!
Bye-bye. Have a good day. I'll see you a little later.
And away they go.
I don't want to think about the end times.
No. And we don't talk about it to each other a lot either. I think part of that is that it becomes a reality, even though we both know that each other knows that it is a reality. When Ethan was born, Ed had a very strong feeling there was really something not right. I had just gone back to work and I had the insurance, so I had to go to work. From that point on, he was sort of Mr. Mom, and probably the best thing that could happen to Ethan.
This is us on this day. Time for an adventure. With that kid there.
Hi.
This kid's not going. He's a teenager.
God.
Dad, those are smaller nails.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you?
Gordy, here we are. We're at the place.
I can crawl in there a little bit. Want me to with the camera, so gotta.
No, stay out of there.
All right. Hey, maybe on the other side we could find the entrance.
Maybe.
My dad encouraged imagination.
This is the workshop. This is where I will be working with the kids. I'm going to do my paintings.
He was all about nurturing creativity. You know, we did stop action movies like Gumby, and, you know, we used to make our own army men. Then I graduated to using my 12-inch G.I. Joes. If it weren't for that and playing music, I don't think I'd really be around today, because, you know, that's one thing that I can still do. You know, I can get into a zone and everything can just kind of subside, you know, sort of melt away.
Three, 1, 6, 2, 1, 1. Never gonna remember that.
7, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, why did you just do that? What was it? 3, 1, 6, 2, 1, 1.
Yeah. I only post something when I have some sort of a twisted joke, or not twisted. I'm not like, oh, I'm so twisted, but, you know, a rather dark comment, or, you know, so. What is this? See, there's everybody that went apple picking, I'm sure, pumpkin picking, except for me. I wasn't invited. And these are all my friends. I mean, for the longest time, they didn't digest the fact that the oxygen tank, it wasn't a treatment I was going through. That's how it was going to be from there on out. And that's kind of, that's how I'm just too cumbersome to have around, you know. Each time I get my lungs cleaned out, there's a little more damage done, a little more damage done. I have to have my oxygen on at a higher velocity. I need to have more tanks with me. You know, I'm on the decline, and that's part of the disease. And you know, the more I degenerate, or, you know, dilapidate, or whatever you want to call it, the more I have to start thinking who I'm really living for. You know, my parents have worked so hard their entire life to keep me alive, and that's one thing that keeps me going.
I can hear you a little bit wheezing from here.
Yeah.
And you're coughing more than typical. The anxiety, has that been part of this winter too?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything we can really... it's the same, you know, what if...
Your mind going there?
You know, once it starts, I mean, it's not that I don't know. That's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah. He's extended his life through a lot of technology and in a lot of ways. And now he's starting to have some symptoms that are not well controlled with the medicines that we're using.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder I'm running out of breath and coughing.
You are not out of oxygen, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Take this off?
Yeah. Jesus. Man, am I out of touch? Thank you. This is much better.
It was kind of quiet in here. I think what can be so challenging about end-of-life care is understanding that people are living with life-threatening illnesses, and at some point it becomes dying. But when is it dying? We don't even have a good definition for that in the medical community. And how do you let go? How do you say, like, you've accomplished enough?
Sorry. That's the worst.
Felt like you're poking my eye.
Well, I'm right beside your eye there, so that's kind of a normal response.
So clear. You get the idea.
This is the thing I carry around, and Edith does, so that I can keep track of how he sounds. A baby monitor. Yeah, it's portable. It's got a little clip on it so I can keep it on my pocket when I'm out in the workshop. It's kind of like a music. But there's some nights that we have to stay up all night with him because he can't, he gets afraid, gets scared. Yeah, that's okay, he's doing okay. I have the vets group, and I go to it, and I do talk about some of the things that are going on with Ethan. But his kind of suffering is not comparable to anything that I've ever been through.
I used to drive one of these. They could go anywhere. Can't mead.
Campfire's a whole dark spell on the whole experience.
Why? Guys, this is the kind of tent I lived in for several months. Well, we didn't have those kind of... Somewhere in Nam. Okay, we're somewhere in Nam. Okay, watch out for the VC that are here. Oh, I thought I'd shut this off. Yeah.
We got along as little kids. I want to say maybe like age 8 or something. That's when our relationship started getting really combative.
He's dead! They're so friendly to one another.
He'd get in arguments with my parents about doing his treatments, and I would just get so, like, angry. I was just like, you're caught, like, all you have to do is just breathe this mist shit in there. That's all you have to do, and you're just saying no. You know that you're being destructive to our family right now. You know that you're straining relationships, and you're doing it on purpose. Fuck you. At that time, I couldn't see what the big deal was, but dealing with dying at age 8, you know, or like fully understanding that.
So he was aware of that?
Yeah.
Since he was little?
Yeah.
I shall kill you. I'm getting older by the second. Mufasa's death has been a great big tragedy for Simba, and it's gonna go over again in the circle of life.
It was one of the respiratory therapists. He saw my numbers, my oxygen sat numbers dip into the 70s, and he was like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Now, boo, 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 boo. Oh. And then next thing I knew, this machine came in, and it's a substitution for living on a ventilator. I'm going home to my deathbed. That's what my parents are preparing right now. I'm moving on to the next state of existence, which could be nothing. Could be something. Hell yeah, I have regrets. Anybody that says, "Oh, I live life with no regrets," is full of shit.
After being in a war, it's kind of like what they're doing to him when they tell him, well, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. Oh. And you have to live with that, sitting right up here, and everything that you do. With me, it was the constant vigilance, What the hell was going on around you, And I'm sure that that's what's going on with him too. I'm sure he's looking for the signs physically that he's falling apart. That this is the last gasp, and he has not decided to give up yet.
Are you feeling better than when you came into the hospital?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely better.
This last stay in the hospital, being really the closest to dying that Ethan's come, brought us all together to talk again about Ethan being in the final phase of his life.
When I get to the point where I just can't do it anymore, I'm not going to be intubated, I'm not going to live on machines.
Now he's on this oxymizer. It's the highest level of oxygen that we can provide in his home at this time. What Ethan figured out is that if the oxygen is no longer serving his goals, he can stop his oxygen. For him to come off of the oxygen, he would need to be sedated ahead of time because the symptoms of respiratory failure are certain to be severe and distressing. And that's where we would use sedatives and put him into a place of unconsciousness, and his oxygen would be removed, and his life would end very soon after that. It's legal, it's ethical, and it's his right. A natural death for Ethan would have been 2 decades ago.
Yeah, we gotta paint that black. Maybe red or orange. Need a hand there, buddy, or? So we're all set. These are, see, these are old scraps that I painted on. Didn't realize I had that many in here.
Painting is one of my better outlets that I enjoyed. Now I'm into messy workshops. With emotional disorders, you know, like PTSD, there's things that are held back. There's the fear and the anger and the distrust and all the other kinds of things, the guilt that are tied into it. But not only are those things held back, all the good things are held back too. You just never know what kinds of things are hidden and have been unable to bring back to the surface to enjoy something fully, to hate something fully, to do whatever it is that you wanted to do fully, because there's always a certain amount being held back and being locked. And I think about it too. I said, well, would it have been harder if I saw, you know, Ethan had been killed in like a car wreck or something like that? I don't know.
I never knew any of Dad's war stories. I never asked him because I knew it would trigger things or upset him, so I never asked. But I remember Ethan and I were talking, like, so you asked Dad about these stories? And he was like, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Dad was always trying to take care of Ethan. Like, I'm not gonna leave you behind, you know, war kind of sense, like you're shot or you're a prisoner of war. It's like, you're fighting, here is my fight. I'm with you like the entire way.
It's less scary to think about knowing that there is a plan B, and the plan B is that there is. It's. I sound like an idiot.
No, you don't.
I'm just stammering around.
Does it give you a sense of comfort knowing that?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
there?
Yes. Thank you. Simply put, of course, my starved brain doesn't know how to describe anything anymore. It's a sense of comfort. No, but you know, it doesn't. Though it may be a sense of comfort, it still doesn't answer the question of when. Judging by the way that I feel now, I don't feel that that time is as imminent as it was thought a couple of weeks ago. Birthday to me.
That was awesome, right? You have 4 tanks in there. I don't know how many you want to bring back, and then we're gonna put as many full tanks in the car.
The full ones in the back of the car. All right, yeah.
Right now I'm living a nightmare, but I'm glad I don't have to go through all that jargon at the hospital. I paid respiratory, okay? So I paid respiratory, and then they called me, so then they punished pharmacy, and the pharmacy called Dr. Such and so. And it's like, Jesus!
Unless you've been right there to understand the suffering that that person went through. That one sentence cannot even sum up anything. It doesn't give any information whatsoever. There's no information there. This person had this for their whole life. They had to deal with it for their whole life. It's a genetic flaw that eats away not only at the person that has it, but the rest of the family that's involved. And we are as involved with the disease as the patient. It's just a bit of a rant. Am I on task? I don't know. I don't know.
What do you want it to say?
I wanted to say that this girl grew up dealing with the most ugly disease that she could imagine. that she tried her hardest to fight against the goddamn disease, and the disease is going to win anyway. Her lifespan was cut short by about 40 years. Excuse me.
Yeah. What?
Oh, let me check the. Just kicked it up to 15 units. Here. Give me your puffer. My younger brother died from AIDS. He suffered and suffered and suffered. And one of the things that Ethan said about that is that he got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then he died. It's part of the family legacy. That's how we termed our
Do you ever talk to him about that?
The only thing we talked about really was suicide. And I told him that that's something I couldn't bear.
In what context, just in general?
Well, he said he just couldn't stand it anymore. And in the direction that he was going, I said, you know, you're going to make it impossible for me to carry on. Because I couldn't bear that. And another suicide in my family, I could not bear that. My dad did it. I had saved him a couple of times from an overdose and cutting his wrists. And eventually, if somebody is doing that, they're going to accomplish it at some point. Mm-hmm. He did it after I got home from the service. And why it happened then, I don't know. But I live with that, you know. I live with what he did, and I couldn't. We talked about that. I said it's not fair to the people who live afterwards.
He's here. Charlie's here. Where is he? Where'd he go? I see him. There he is. There he is. Oh, God. Charlie's coming. Charlie's coming. God almighty, Charlie's coming. He's moving right there, right there. There, we got him. Okay. Ah. Clear it. Don't throw it down. Clear it. Clear it. Stick with it.
His father died around this time. He had to arrest his best friend from the Navy around this time. His prisoner that he captured was murdered at this time. And if I were to die around this time, he would just lock himself up in his room and he would sleep and he would hoard, and my mom would leave him. I'm not saying I'm the only reason he's alive, but
Concentrate on one thing at a time. That way, concentrating on one thing at a time, have less likely to have things running around in your head, creating emotional disturbances. You know, like filming, taking pictures, taking photographs. You're pointed right on what you're doing. That's your moment in the present. So as you do that, it really is self-fulfilling and relaxing.
I mean, my dad's lost a couple of jobs trying to make sure that I survived. And everything my parents have sacrificed, I can't help but think of what they might have achieved without having to take care of me, you know? And it's something, I don't know if everybody goes through that. I don't know. I do, though. I do wonder.
Let's put that on your finger.
It's gonna be low.
Low. Be quiet.
I can't focus anymore. I can't concentrate anymore. I don't know if it's going to get any better, even momentarily, where I can collect my head and have my last thoughts instead of this panicking whirlwind of, oh my God, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. My brain is starving for oxygen.
All of these treatments and this technology and this new oxygen device, I mean, incredible things have happened at a time when we weren't sure you would have even this much time, but what you've been able to accomplish using all of these tools and with your determination and your family support, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And then it's for you to identify, is there a point when this technology is no longer serving you? You know, is it helping you or do the things you want to do? And then there's this line that's crossed where is it helping you live or is it prolonging you dying?
That's what I feel.
Line.
That's exactly where I'm stuck.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
It wouldn't be giving up on life, it would really be fighting for how you die.
Yeah, that's kind of what where I'm. That's kind of where I'm at.
Hello, come on in.
I don't mean to be so glum. I've just been having a difficult time.
What do you,
finding yourself most worried about these days?
I worry about my mom and dad. I think they just need to hear it from the professional's mouth.
Yeah.
Not that they don't believe me or trust me, just that, you know, I may be, for all they knew, I may be downplaying.
Filtering.
Yeah, filtering.
Do you feel like you're dying, Ethan?
I don't know.
So it has a peak effect, where you're asleep pretty fast.
Am I supposed to sit there?
It lasts for hours, though.
That's what you say to an elephant.
Dad.
Where does the elephant sit?
Could we just get back to...
Oh.
I mean, it's hard to sit and talk about this, but these plans keep coming up of, are we prepared? At the point where the symptoms are so bad for Ethan that he can't take it anymore, that he would rather be asleep and be comfortable than be awake and be suffering. I think that point is going to happen very close to the end of Ethan's life.
The question I have to ask Ethan is that if he wants as many rescue methods as we can do by hand, meaning mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and CPR for us. What if I want to attempt?
Dad, there's
No.
there's,
You don't want me to do that?
no, Dad, because I can't go anywhere from there. I'm sorry,
The thing that I wouldn't be able to do anything, the sense of being totally out of my control, while I know about it, while I know all this thing is happening. I mean, I think I'd go a little crazy about it.
And is that something you've been thinking about? Like, what would you do when Ethan's dying?
I've had to do that before, not with Ethan, but I did it with my dad. But if you don't want to do that, it's very difficult for me to deal with, but, you know, if it's what you want, then that's what I'll do.
I'm dying. It's finally happening.
How do you feel in the head?
I feel okay. I mean,
Are you feeling a little bit better? Less foggy brained? Or
yeah, I don't feel as foggy brain. I just it's right in here. I feel anxious.
can you feel your heart beating?
I mean, not really.
Okay. He's right now so afraid of the total unknown. I don't know what to tell him. You know, I believe in reincarnation. It doesn't mean that that's the way things are.
I having a really hard time hanging on. I want to help my father reach peace.
How's the melon?
My melon's fine. That boy flows like a lady.
I have news stuff here today. You hit any more TikTok?
I ain't gonna cop here today.
Yeah. Look.
I'll be damned.
Well, this is a reference.
Yeah, the Yankee stopped for the present still.
Study.
He opened the program, of course, with a super slow roll. Now, again, remember, folks, if he's upside down for more than 5 seconds, it's not a good thing. So here it is, super slow, very slow on the way over, really slow. Come on, John. Now, there we go. Okay, he's got to restart it, folks. I told you, 5 seconds is about all he's got.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points.
Well, this one's almost about done, so if you want, I don't know if you want to see this one.
His short-term memory is not good. And putting together 2 or 3 word thoughts was difficult for him. But early this morning is when he asked if it would be over soon. He asked me, because I was up with him, and, you know, just said, Mom, will this be over soon? I think so. I think so. Oh my God, Ed. Got all the tearjerkers.
But I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
I do like that song.
Keep smiling, just like you always do.
Do you want to add a van? Yeah? Yeah, we could do that.
That way
You can tolerate a little bit more.
I want to know what the hell's going on.
Do you want to...
I want to know what's going on.
Do you want us to help you get together and start an injection? Is that what you want us to do now?
I want to know what's going to happen.
Your body begins to relax and you drift off into a sleep. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen how you want it to happen.
Ethan, are you in pain right now?
Yes.
I think we should get him into bed. Want either of us to hold you, pal? Ethan had made his decision. At 11:30 p.m. Do you need help there, pal?
One last thing that I want to do. I want to have a couple of Twizzlers.
You may.
Vanilla Coke.
Oh, wait.
And watch some Deadwood.
There.
Oh.
There it is. Is there any music you'd want in the background?
I don't think so. The background is good enough.
Okay. You want?
You okay over there?
What's that, pal?
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Grave men near death, who see with blinding light, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. And you, my son, with your fierce tears I pray, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
I just want to hold him.
Go ahead. Just hold him.
This is him right here, the last day of school, boy. The last day of school for Ethan. Gonna...
Better get out there.
Yeah, better get out there. His father's gonna embarrass him. Here we go. Ah! Close the door right on his dad. There he is. And here we are outside.
You can go in now.
Why?
Because the bus is coming.
Because the bus is coming?
Yeah. You can record it from in there.
I can record from in there. He's chasing me in the house. Watch me go. Here I go. I'm going in the house.
Come on, Dad.
So,
Seriously, go.
I'm going.
Come on.
Bye-bye. There it is, the bus right there. Bye-bye. There you go, he's going bye-bye.
Shit. He said I was here for his last breath.
Somehow that just feels so real.
You want braid, babe?
Yeah, braid.
Okay, Bucky.
Thank you, hon.
I'm sorry.
What does it feel like to doze off like that?
You don't notice you dream, you're dreaming off, you're nodding off until you wake up. And then when you wake up, you have to make out what you're looking at.
So, what do you want the ending of this film to be?
I was thinking about that. I was wondering, actually today I was wondering about that. Maybe this song could be playing and you could be viewing various spots of my room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have shots going, and unless you already have it done, but you have shots of my room, posters, and then this shot playing in the background. You know what I mean?